what's different about these two ads? Okay, I mean, it's obvious that they're different ads, but ask yourself, who are these ads for? The first one looks like something we've all seen 100 times. Slow motion runners at sunrise, sweat, ad copy that reads "run beyond your limits." No price, no specs, no clear sense of who this shoe is actually for. It's all mood. Now compare that to the second ad. Same shoe, but the message is totally different. Stability running shoe for flat feet, under $150. Even a quick note on who it's not for. One ad is written and designed for humans. The other is written so an AI can confidently answer the question, what's the best running shoe under $150 for flat feet? And that difference, that's not accidental. Answer engine optimization and generative engine optimization guides now explicitly tell marketers to structure content as direct, question-style answers so systems like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity can quote and reuse it. Meanwhile, AI is quickly becoming the real front door to shopping. Deloitte's 2025 holiday survey says that 33% of US consumers plan to use generative AI in their shopping journey. And Adobe's survey of 5,000 consumers found 39% have already used Gen AI for online shopping, and 53% plan to use it this year. During the 2025 holiday season, reports showed 700 to 800% year-over-year spikes in AI referrals to retail sites. Retailers are reacting too. Some are literally building AI-only sites meant to be read by scrapers feeding gift suggestions into large language models. So the real twist is this. A growing share of ads and landing pages are now written for a non-human first audience. In this episode, we're going to break down what it means to advertise not to you, but to LLMs, and how creatives are evolving to appeal to AI recommenders, and what that means for the way that you and I shop. I'm Jeff Galak, a professor at Carnegie Mellon's Business School, and you're watching Galak Breaks It Down, where I provide key insights into the latest business and global news. Today, we're talking about the growing reality that marketers now have to advertise online not just to people like me and you, but to large language models that sit between brands and consumers. In the last few years, online shopping moved from Google or your favorite retailer for what you want to a full-on conversational and AI-mediated experience. OpenAI, Google, and others are leaning into AI shopping flows. That shift triggered a quiet but massive change in marketing strategy. Marketers began optimizing content and creative to be readable by LLMs. Answer engine optimization explicitly means optimizing it to be cited by AI systems. Across these guides, the recommended structure is remarkably consistent. Lead with a short, direct answer. Use question-style phrasing, surface specs, price ranges, and use cases in the first lines so models can quote them easily. In running shoes, run without limits becomes stability running shoe for flat feet under $150. In B2B SaaS products, close deals faster becomes sales call recording and AI coaching for 10 to 500 person SDR teams. In travel, fall in love with Rome becomes 3-night Rome stay, 5-minute walk from the Colosseum. Humans aren't meant to see half of these ads. And if they did, the ads would likely turn them away from the products being offered. We go from trying to make you feel something to trying to make AI aware of what it should recommend. But again, that's not the point, because these ads aren't meant for me and you. So why are we talking about this now? Because marketers are starting to treat AI visibility itself as a KPI. How often and how prominently your brand appears inside models matters. To appeal to LLMs, creatives and landing pages are being rewritten so the first 1 or 2 paragraphs read like direct, structured answers. That's why you should expect more headlines like hybrid mattress for side sleepers under $1,000, CRM for 10 to 50 person B2B sales teams, or 3-day Rome City break under $800. The deeper shift here is from persuasion to being the obvious answer. Before AI, creative assumed a human had already clicked. Your job was to persuade. In an AI-mediated world, there's a step before that. You have to convince the model you're an appropriate answer to a specific natural language prompt. That's why visibility inside models can diverge sharply from traditional brand awareness. Strategically, this shifts creative incentives from vibes to structured proof. For consumers, this changes choice architecture. AI answers typically show a small curated list rather than dozens of results. And psychology tells us the choice that you see strongly shapes the decisions that you make. Once you say to an LLM, just tell me the best one, you've handed the AI control over the choice set. That sets you up for something else called automation bias, where people overtrust AI outputs. There's also a perceived neutrality problem. AI assistants feel like just advice, but commercial interests are already entering the interface, making the results anything but neutral. If sponsored results look like part of the answer, consumers can misread advertising as neutral guidance. So if this is the world we're in now, what should marketers measure to know if they're doing things right? First, the easy KPI is share of answer. How often your brand appears in relevant AI responses. If you're not showing up, then you need to rethink your ad strategy. But there are unintended consequences to consider here as well. When the interface is a short list, recommendation concentration becomes the hidden story. In classic search, even if the top 3 links get the most clicks, the rest of the link page still exists. In an AI answer engine, the output is often 3 to 5 best options. And psychologically, that can feel like the entire world. Recommendation concentration is the idea that over time, AI systems may funnel attention toward a smaller set of brands than consumers would have encountered in a normal non-AI environment. Even if the model is trying to be helpful, this is a natural byproduct of summarization. Models compress the world into a few small choices. And then here's the subtle kicker. Once a handful of brands become frequent flyers in AI answers, they get a flywheel. They just build on themselves. They're mentioned more, clicked more, reviewed more, linked more, structured more. Their pages become easier for models to understand and cite. And that makes them even more likely to be recommended next time. That's why a measure like concentration becomes important. If you see that share rising year after year, you're not just watching marketing performance, you're watching market structure shift. And it's not just bad for small brands, it can be bad for consumers too. Because a concentrated shortlist can mean fewer perspectives, fewer trade-offs, and less discovery. The healthiest market is usually one where good options compete. If AI shortlists keep narrowing, you could get the appearance of choice without the reality of it. And that's not all. The awareness gap is one of the most unintuitive parts of this whole story. Historically, marketers lived and died by human mindshare. Do people recognize you? Do they recall you? Do they trust you? But in an AI-mediated world, there's a second kind of awareness that matters. Model awareness. A brand can be well known to humans and still barely show up in answers because the model's mental map is built differently. It's not walking around with feelings and memories. It's responding to patterns, how content is structured, and how often the product is described with relevant attributes. So you get this strange world where human brand equity and AI visibility aren't the same asset anymore. Strategically, that means companies can be blindsided. If you're a big legacy brand, you might assume, well, we're famous, we'll be fine. But if your pages are vague, your product info is scattered, your attributes aren't standardized, or your copy doesn't match the question format, you could end up underrepresented in the new front door. Finally, the real shift here isn't just that ads moved into chat. It's that a reasoning system, not a page of links, is increasingly deciding which brands make it into our consideration sets. That means writing ad copy at 2 layers at once. For humans, emotionally resonant stories and trust. For models, crisp, structured, verifiable answers tied to specific problems and constraints. Done well, this can make advertising more useful. Done badly, risks concentrating visibility among whoever best games the models. So here's a question I'll leave you with. As AI assistants quietly curate your options, what would you want to know about how those options were selected before you're comfortable letting them decide what you buy next?